We just got the official release date for Record of Ragnarok Season 3. This is through a trailer that actually leaked somehow, confirming that Season 3 will feature 3 fights once again. Round 7, Huang vs Hades. Round 8, Nikola Tesla vs Beelzebub. And Round 9, King Leonidas vs Apollo, with some moments looking absolutely amazing and others very concerning. Therefore, today on Mysterious Weeb, I'll be breaking down everything. Make sure you're subscribed as I provide all the Record of Ragnarok content you need. So to begin, the release date is confirmed for December 2025, meaning it is coming out in 6 months. Absolute hype, a very welcome surprise that's for sure, with it being important to confirm that a new animation studio is involved in the project now, one that based on this trailer and the previous preview highlighted as looking much better than the previous 2 seasons. However, it cannot and should not be regarded as top tier animation or close to that. It's still going to be, for a lacking of better words, mid tier, particularly when you consider what they did to our boy Nikola Tesla here. As you see, he is indeed CGI, with his face looking incredibly off, alongside looking small compared to his manga counterpart. Something I was originally concerned about when you consider the flashiness and effects required to actually animate the Tesla vs Beelzebub fight, but it's still important to make clear is that they technically still have 6 more months to work on this, meaning many things could be enhanced to an insane degree, particularly when you note that around 65% of the trailer was focused on the Hades and Huang fight, with everything that occurs throughout their clash being highlighted in the trailer, even both of their flashbacks somewhat, pretty much confirming that animation wise they're likely done with round 7, while round 8 and 9 only had little moments highlighting the characters, with Beelzebub looking absolutely fine in the new style, Leonidas and Apollo likewise, no issues in regards to that. So all things considered, I'm hyped and do believe Season 3 will indeed be better and look better than the previous 2, just various concerns about Tesla. But let's take the trailer from the beginning and do a full breakdown with very important things to consider. So if they are going to adapt 3 fights once again within a single season, based on the chapter count and pacing from the previous 2, they will need around 13 to 14 episodes, as the time span between Huang's introduction and the reveal of the round 10 fighters, or you should say the reveal of Susanoo, is from chapter 55 to 84. While for reference, season 1 went from around chapter 1 to chapter 20, while season 2, which was a total of 15 episodes cut into 2 parts, focused on the content from chapter 20 to 55, kinda similar to what is required for season 3 here, this slightly less due to mostly Apollo and Leonidas being quite a short fight. So that is something important to note and will give us an understanding of how many episodes to expect. At least 12, I'm guessing between 13 and 14, around that range to properly do everything, focusing on whether they want to show some outside events and introduce the round 10 fighters in the final episode like they normally do. But Huang's walkout absolutely goated, some close-ups of both fighters, everything when it comes to this fight in the trailers look absolutely goated. Of course, Huang being able to see the stars, his crazy ability, his eyes, which is a key part of his character and of course abilities. The air bubble, one of the most overpowered things in his entire kit. Further depictions and reveals about Poseidon, with the whole reason Hades participating in the tournament connecting to him. With the trailer already showing most aspects of their flashbacks, of course, Best Girl making her appearance, young Huang looking pretty good, him when he first got recognized as a king I believe. Everything in regards to their fight seems to be depicted. For some reason we have Brynhilde and Gull here, but Hermes alongside them, which may be a mistake, or perhaps I'm just misremembering aspects. We see of course Poseidon in the Hades flashback, giving him respect. His transformation, which doesn't exactly look as buff as I would hope to be, but it is what it is. And of course, the king locking in alongside Huang's Valkyrie as well. I find it somewhat important to note that Nikola Tesla in the trailer is introduced as the only magician in human history. Based on the manga translations we have so far, he's meant to be called humanity's one and only sorcerer. I do prefer the sorcerer run, but various changes like this tend to occur. And of course, there's no limits to science being a key factor of his character. Throughout the trailer, we do see his lightning going absolutely crazy, which, as I explained earlier, is probably why they went down the CGI route. Then Sanity betrayed in round 10 is kinda hard to animate in the regular style, but perhaps it comes down to budget issues or just the studios not being big enough or having the required skill to do stuff like this. Again, it seems to be looking better than the previous two, but I'm still not expecting a masterpiece and do hope within the remaining 6 months they enhance it, and maybe the CGI being used for Tessa will make the flashiness absolutely insane, and round 8 may be the best looking fight we've had so far, as this was very limited based on what we've got from him thus far. This image of Leonidas does look somewhat concerning. The close-up I showed earlier was definitely much better, and low-key it's a downscale as well if you think about it, as he's introduced as Sparta's strongest rebel, while in the manga translations he's described as humanity's strongest rebel, meaning out of all of humanity when it comes to rebels, you could argue he's the strongest in that regard, but the anime seems to just be regarding him as Sparta's strongest rebel, so rip to him, but the close-up and the smoke looks fine. Of course, people since the very beginning have had issues with his design, but of course that's just canon to what's being done in the manga. When it comes to Apollo, a lot of people in my previous stream weren't exactly aware that his hair was pink. This was already revealed in various volume covers. His hair is indeed pink. This is the canon Apollo design. And I think it's important to note that the likes of Nostradamus should be making an appearance in episode 1 of season 3, as he was cut from the final episode of the previous season, with this being his canon color scheme for what we know so far, so that should be occurring. We should also have the reveal of Kintoki throughout the season, likewise with Siegfried at the end of the Beelzebub and Tessa fight, meaning absolute hype is through the roof, and I am excited to see the exact color scheme they go for certain characters, with the anime actually making a mistake when it comes to the likes of Odin. This is his official color scheme, which was actually revealed somewhat recently, not what we see in the anime, so perhaps they'll make that adjustment. But let me know your thoughts and everything down below. Check out this updated power ranking video uploaded the other day, and that's it guys, peace.